You know about your dark shadow, the anger, the sadness, the fear. We have spoken of it often in this space. But what if I told you there is another shadow? A shadow made not of darkness, but of blinding, brilliant light, a shadow made of pure gold. What if your greatest talents, your fiercest creativity, your most unapologetic joy, and your most powerful leadership were also exiled into the dark? Not because they were bad, but because you learned long ago that it was unsafe to shine so brightly. You were taught that your brilliance might make others feel small, that your ambition was selfish, that your power was too much. And so, to be a good person, you did not only suppress your darkness, you suppressed your magnificence. You buried your own gold. This is the most hopeful and exhilarating secret of Carl Jung's work. He called it the golden shadow. It is the breathtaking power your niceness is hiding. It is the sun within you that you have learned to call a mere candle flame. In this conversation, we are not here to heal another wound. We are here to go on a treasure hunt. First, we will understand why we bury our own gold. Second, I will give you a treasure map, 3 secret clues hidden in your daily emotions that point directly to your own buried brilliance. And third, we will learn how to begin the excavation with one small, courageous act. It is time to stop apologizing for your light. It is time to start digging.
But why? Why would we bury our own gold? Why would we take the most brilliant, vibrant parts of ourselves and lock them away in the dark? The answer is simple and heartbreaking. We do it to survive. Just as we learned to exile our anger to keep the peace, we learn to exile our light to keep our place in the tribe. This is not a conscious decision. It is a series of quiet, psychic negotiations made in childhood when our need for belonging is as urgent as our need for air. The first reason we bury our gold is what is often called the tall poppy syndrome. The poppy that grows tallest in the field is the first one to be cut down. As a child, perhaps your natural confidence was labeled arrogant. Perhaps your sharp intelligence made an adult feel insecure. Perhaps your uninhibited joy was just too loud for a stressed household. You learn a crucial lesson. To shine too brightly is to risk being cut down, to risk being isolated. And for a child, isolation feels like death. So you learn to dim your light. You learn to play small. It is a brilliant, tragic adaptation. You trade your brilliance for belonging. The second reason is the fear of responsibility. Your soul knows. Deep down, it knows that to acknowledge a great gift is to accept a great responsibility to use it. If you admit that you have a powerful voice, you might have to speak up. If you admit that you have a gift for leadership, you might have to lead. If you admit that you have a creative genius, you might have to create something and risk failure or judgment. It is so much easier, so much safer to pretend you are not that talented. To hide your gold is to hide from your own sacred duty. It is a profound, unconscious act of self-protection. And the third reason, especially for the women watching, is the deep impact of gender conditioning. Think of the words we use to describe powerful, ambitious men. Leader, visionary, go-getter. Now, think of the words often used for women with the same traits. Bossy, aggressive, intimidating. For centuries, women had been taught that their power lies in their ability to nurture, to connect, to be receptive. These are beautiful, essential feminine energies. But the masculine energies of ambition, assertion, and unapologetic self-interest were often labeled as unfeminine and therefore undesirable. So a young girl with a natural gift for leadership learns to become a helper instead. A woman with a brilliant strategic mind learns to soften her opinions. It is another trade. You trade your power for your perceived femininity. So let's look at our friend Chloe, our nurse. She has always been praised for her compassion, her gentleness, her incredible ability to care for others. But let's look at the gold she had to bury to become that person. As a child, she was fiercely creative. She wrote wild, imaginative stories. But her practical family called them daydreams and told her to focus on a real career. So she buried her creativity. In school, she was a natural leader. She organized games on the playground with a clear vision. But a teacher once told her she was being too bossy with the other children. So she buried her leadership. She is a brilliant critical thinker. She often sees flaws in hospital procedures that could be improved. But early in her career, when she spoke up, she was told she wasn't being a team player. So she buried her sharp, strategic mind. Now, at 35, she is a wonderful nurse, but she is only living with half of her soul. Her golden shadow is a graveyard of her exiled magnificence. The fierce writer, the clear-eyed leader, the brilliant innovator, all buried under the tombstone of being a nice person. Her exhaustion is not just from the energy it takes to suppress her dark shadow. It is the grief of a soul that knows it is not living its fullest life. But here is the beautiful, hopeful truth of this work. The gold is never lost. It is only buried. And your soul, in its infinite wisdom, is constantly sending you messages. It is constantly trying to lead you back to the treasure. It leaves you a map, and that map is written in the secret language of your admiration and even your envy. We just have to learn how to read it.
So, where is this map? It is not hidden in an ancient text or a secret society. It is hidden in plain sight, in the feelings you feel every single day. Your soul uses the world around you as a mirror. It uses other people to show you the parts of yourself you have forgotten. And it leaves you 3 primary clues, 3 X's on the treasure map of your psyche. The first clue is the most beautiful. It is the projection of admiration. Think for a moment about a person you deeply admire. It could be someone you know, a friend, a mentor. It could be a public figure, an artist, a leader, an athlete. Someone whose brilliance, whose courage, whose authenticity almost takes your breath away. Now, ask yourself, what is the specific quality in them that you admire so much? Is it their unapologetic confidence? Their fierce creativity? Their calm, centered presence? I invite you to take a moment, even now, pause this video, and write down 3 people you admire and the one specific golden quality you see in each of them. Welcome back. Now I want you to look at that list, and I want to tell you the great secret of the golden shadow. That list is not about them. It is about you. You cannot recognize a quality in another person unless you have the seed of that same quality within yourself. You do not admire courage if you have no capacity for it. You do not recognize genius if you have no spark of it. The person you admire is not a distant star to be worshipped. They are a mirror, reflecting the gold that is already inside you, waiting to be mined. Your list of admirable qualities is a direct inventory of your own golden shadow. It is the first and most joyful mark on your treasure map of your psyche. The second clue is more difficult. It is more uncomfortable. It is the one we have been taught to feel the most shame about. It is the compass of envy. You are scrolling through your phone. You see an announcement. A friend has launched a new business. An old colleague has published a book. Someone is traveling to a place you have always dreamed of visiting. And you feel it. That sharp, painful, secret pang in your chest. Envy. Your immediate reaction is to push it down, to feel ashamed of your own smallness. But what if that pang wasn't a sign of your flawed character? What if it was a sacred homing signal from your soul? In Jungian psychology, we differentiate between toxic envy and aspirational envy. Toxic envy says, "I hate that they have that, I wish they didn't." It comes from a place of scarcity. Aspirational envy, the envy that points to the golden shadow, says something different. It whispers, "What they have has awakened a deep longing in me." It is a reminder of a path I have not yet walked, of a potential I have not yet honored. Envy is not a sin. It is a GPS system for your soul. It is showing you exactly where your energy wants to go. Let's go back to our nurse, Chloe. She feels a pang of envy when she sees a friend who quit her job to become a full-time potter. The old Chloe would shame herself for this feeling. How can I be so petty? I should be happy for her. The new Chloe, the treasure hunter, gets curious. She asks the question, stripping away the person and the specific situation, what is the core quality here that my soul is longing for? And the answer comes back. It's not about pottery. It is about a life centered on creativity. It is about the courage to follow an unconventional path. Her envy is not a judgment on her friend. It is a postcard from her own exiled rider, the one she buried long ago. It is the second mark on the map. This leads us to the third and most subtle clue. It is the inauthentic compliment dodge. Think about it. Someone gives you a genuine compliment. You were so articulate in that meeting. You were a natural leader. And what is your immediate reflexive response? That feeling of intense discomfort, the urge to immediately deflect it? Oh, it was nothing. I was so nervous, I was just rambling. Anyone could have done it. Why do we do this? We tell ourselves it is humility, but often it is a defense mechanism. The compliment has come too close to a buried vein of gold. And your old identity, the nice, humble, small persona, has a vested interest in keeping that gold buried. Because if you were actually to own the compliment, if you were to let yourself feel for just a moment, yes, I am a good leader, then everything would have to change. You would have to take responsibility for that gift. That discomfort you feel is the sound of your old cage rattling. It is the protest of the part of you that is terrified to shine. Pay attention to the compliments you cannot receive. They are often pointing directly to your most potent, unclaimed powers. These are the three clues. The people you admire, the people you envy, the compliments you deflect. Together, they form a clear, undeniable map leading you back to the lost continent of your own magnificence. But a map is not the treasure. To claim the gold, you must be willing to face the dragon that guards it. And that dragon is your own fear of shining. You have the map. You can feel the faint, magnetic pull of your own buried gold. But as you approach the entrance to the cave, you see it. The dragon that guards the treasure. And the dragon is your own fear. A fear so deep, so ancient, that it feels more real than the treasure itself. To own your gold is often more terrifying than to face your darkness. Why? Because to own your gold is to become visible. And visibility, for the part of you that learned to survive by being small, is the ultimate threat. Let us look this dragon in the eye. Let us name its 3 heads. The first head is the fear of alienation. It whispers the most terrifying question to the recovering people-pleaser. If I am truly successful, if I shine my brightest light, will they still love me? Will I make my friends feel insecure? Will I outgrow my partner? Will my family think I've gotten too big for my britches? This is the fear of being the tall poppy. The fear that your success will lead not to connection, but to the very abandonment you have spent your life trying to avoid. It is the fear of being alone, on your throne. The second head is the fear of responsibility. As we touched upon earlier, this is a profound burden. The dragon whispers, if you truly own this gift, you will have to do something with it. The pressure will be immense. What if you fail? The fall from a great height is so much more painful than never climbing at all. Stay here. It's safer to be potential than to be kinetic. This fear keeps you in a state of perpetual preparation, always learning, never launching. It is the elegant prison of perfectionism. And the third head is the fear of visibility. The dragon whispers, to shine is to become a target. Success attracts attention, and attention comes in all forms. Admiration, yes, but also jealousy, criticism, scrutiny. For the part of you that has learned to survive by being invisible, by being the quiet, agreeable one, the thought of being truly seen is terrifying. It feels like standing naked on a stage under a single, harsh spotlight. Every flaw, every imperfection will be exposed. It is safer, the dragon says, to stay hidden in the audience. These 3 fears, of alienation, of responsibility, of visibility, they are a powerful guardian. And you cannot slay this dragon with force. You cannot fight it, or shame it, or ignore it. You befriend it. You honor its purpose. It has been trying to keep you safe. And then, with a small, almost imperceptible act of courage, you show it that you are safe now, even when you shine. You do not need to excavate the entire gold mine at once. You do not need to charge the dragon with a sword. You simply need to pick up and polish one small, forgotten gold coin. This is the practice. And it is the most important part of our conversation today. It is how you begin. I want you to look back at your list, the list of admirable qualities you wrote down earlier, the inventory of your golden shadow. Choose one. Just one. Perhaps it is courage. Perhaps it is creativity. Perhaps it is unapologetic confidence. Now, your invitation for this week is to perform one single micro-action that embodies just 1% of that quality. The action must be so small it feels almost insignificant, so small that it can fly under the dragon's radar. Let's imagine Chloe,
The quality she chose was creativity from her envy of the potter. Her dragon tells her, "You can't be a creative. You don't have time. You're not talented enough. You'll just make a mess." The old Chloe would have believed it. The new Chloe, the treasure hunter, decides to polish one small coin. Her micro-action is not to write a novel. It is not to sign up for a pottery class. Her micro-action is to go to a store and buy one single beautiful new pen. That's it. She puts it on her desk. Every time she looks at it, it is a quiet promise, a tiny acknowledgement of the writer inside her. She is creating a new piece of evidence for her nervous system, the evidence that it is safe to touch her creativity. Let's imagine another person, Michael, a 40-year-old project manager who has always been the reliable number two. His quality he chose was leadership from his admiration for a former boss. His dragon tells him, "Don't speak up. You'll say the wrong thing. You'll be challenged. Just do your job and keep your head down." His micro-action is not to ask for a promotion. It is not to take over a meeting. His micro-action is to speak for just 15 seconds in the next team meeting, to share one small idea that he might have otherwise have kept to himself. He is not trying to change the company. He is simply polishing the coin of his own voice. He is teaching the dragon, "See, I spoke, and I am still safe." This is the path. Small, almost invisible acts of courage. You are not trying to prove your worth to the world. You are gently, patiently proving your safety to yourself. You are building a new relationship based on trust with the exiled, magnificent parts of your own soul. You are showing them that it is finally safe to come out of the cave, one gold coin at a time.
Today, we have embarked on a treasure hunt. We have learned that the shadow is not just a place of darkness, but also of a brilliant, buried light. Your golden shadow, the magnificent parts of you that you exiled in order to fit in, to be nice, to survive. We have learned that your soul has left you a map hidden in the people you admire and even in the people you envy. A map that proves that the very qualities you worship in others are a direct reflection of the unmined gold within you. And we have faced the dragon that guards this gold, the fears of alienation, of responsibility, of being truly seen. We have learned that we do not slay this dragon, we befriend it. And we begin the journey of reclaiming our power, not with a grand battle, but with one small, courageous act. The act of polishing a single gold coin. This is the beginning of your reclamation. You were not born to be a dim candle, hiding your light so that others would not have to squint. You were born to be a sun. And your light is not a threat. It is a gift to yourself, and a gift to a world that is starving for authentic, unapologetic radiance. The journey of integrating your golden shadow is a lifelong practice. It is a slow, patient process of building trust with the most powerful parts of yourself. But it begins today. It begins with your one micro-action. So your invitation for this week is beautifully simple. Look at your map. Choose your one gold coin, the one quality you will begin to reclaim. And then choose your one tiny, almost insignificant action. Buying the pen, speaking for 15 seconds,
taking 5 minutes to doodle, whatever it is. And when you do it, I want you to notice the feeling in your body. You are creating a new memory for your nervous system, a memory that says, I can shine just a little, and I am still safe. This is how the revolution begins, not with a bang, but with a whisper of your own magnificent, returning light. To declare your commitment to this joyful, sacred work, to affirm that you are ready to begin the excavation, I invite you to share your first step. Write in the comments below one gold coin, one quality that you are going to begin to polish this week. By sharing it, you make it real. You hold yourself accountable to your own brilliance, and you inspire every other treasure hunter in this community. But as you begin to own this inner gold, as your light begins to shine more brightly, you will notice a change. The roles you have always played in your relationships, the role of the helper, the listener, the rescuer, may begin to feel too small. Your newfound power requires a new kind of container, a new identity. How do you move from being the person who is always needed by others to the person who is sovereign of their own energy? How do you shift from the noble but exhausting role of the rescuer to the powerful, centered role of the sovereign? That is the crucial role shift we will explore together in our next conversation.